Building a business is a journey, and growth happens in stages that are unique to each one of us. Today, we're going to learn how to weave the wisdom of the five elements into a practical business framework. This will help balance your energy as you chart your strategies and tactics to grow your personal brand. We're going to talk about how to start a spiritually based business. We're going to cover your purpose, where to start, what to sell, who to sell it to, and how you'll get paid. These will include challenges in the marketplace, global and local trends, and 2 imperative questions to think bigger. Hey, Mystics, if you don't know me, I'm Lisa Stewart of CoCreate Your Magic. And like many of you, I've made the transition from the 9-to-5 world to the exciting realm of building my own business. As a matter of fact, I have been an entrepreneur since the ripe age of 7 when I created and sold my first product line. With Spirit, I've created the Business Energy System, a proprietary framework that connects the elements with facets of our business. This has become a foundational ecosystem within my business, and I want to share it with you. Each element aligns with your business structure to balance processes, systems, and energy that you work with each day. Let's go through the elements and talk about how they pair up with your business, starting with Aether. Aether. Aether is about the infinite and possibilities. And in a business context, it's about space, spirit, and purpose. Your why, essentially. Air, that's the mind of your business. That's the power to know. Air moves us through thoughts, ideas, logic, and truth. And in a business context, it's about strategy, marketing, and communications. Fire. Fire transforms us. Fire typically represents energy, passion, will, and creativity. And in a business context, it's about courage, forging projects, products, and services. Water. That's the heart of our business. Water shapes us through emotions, feelings, and relationships. And in a business context, it's about the relationships with your customers, your partners, and even yourself. And then Earth, a great manifesting energy. Earth represents grounding, practicality, and materials. And in a business context, it represents revenue, resources, and tools. As we weave through the elements, you'll notice how they seamlessly integrate with the Ikigai, the ancient Japanese concept of finding your reason for being. The Japanese believe that everybody has an Ikigai, or a reason for being. When you find it, you also find meaning and satisfaction in your life, your purpose. Ikigai also serves as a great base if you're reinventing yourself. I learned this convergence years ago when I was a kid. It's comprised of a Venn diagram with 4 circles. Each circle represents a key aspect of a fulfilling life. This Venn diagram brings purpose, fulfillment, and enjoyment. Within each circle, you'll find overlapping concepts: love, what the world needs, getting paid, and what you're good at. As these intersect, they provide deeper insights. Between love and what the world needs, you'll find mission. These are the skills and passions that contribute to something larger than yourself. Between what the world needs and getting paid, you'll find vocation. Vocation are the skills and talents that you have. What do you excel at, or what comes naturally to you? Between getting paid and what you're good at, you'll find profession. And these are activities that can generate a sustainable income. And then between what you're good at and love is your passion. These are activities or pursuits that bring you joy and ignite your enthusiasm. The key is to combine all 4 of these elements to conjure your purpose to create a successful business. Your personal Ikigai will underscore your reason for being, your North Star. And your North Star establishes your immutable sense of purpose. I have an exercise on my website that will allow you to conjure your purpose. The Ikigai creates your personal brand Ecosphere. Your immutable sense is centered within the Ikigai pictogram. Your brand is about who you are, what you do, and who you do it for. Each of these principles aligns perfectly with the Ikigai. Encircling the Venn diagram, you'll find the dotted outer ring, where all of your branding activities take place. Your branding activities are the tasks that you do every day. They include anything from where you sell your work, how you design your visual brand collateral, what you say to your customers, and so much more. As a happy accident, I discovered the elements magically overlap the Ikigai pictogram. Isn't this exciting? This brings us to our business vortex, which comprises 5 key elements. Each element supports the others to underscore your purpose. It's crucial not to overlook any of these in our business practices. Keeping them aligned is the key to sustainable growth. Every decision you make should align with one of these elements that supports your core purpose. Aligning each decision creates a cohesive and approachable brand. This strategy helps maintain balance and promotes energy and growth. So let's start with Aether, your purpose. The heart of that purpose is your why. People don't just buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And when you lead with purpose, you can build a movement. Building a movement ensures you make a consistent income that's soul-satisfying. One of the ways to identify your North Star could be born from the pivotal moment that changed your life. That change sparked the reason to share your gifts with the world. It's not the only way, but if you're not sure where to begin, returning to a specific event in your life that changed everything, your perspective, holds the key. Defining a North Star becomes your immutable sense of purpose that will make building a business easier. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. What pivotal moment could become your North Star? What activities set your soul on fire? And what joy and gain does it bring you? You'll know it's working when you feel a profound sense of purpose guiding every decision, and others will be drawn to join your movement. The next step is where to start. And I remember the frustration of starting my business, not knowing where to start, if my products and services were going to sell, and the fact that I couldn't be completely open with my customers as an intuitive. I was always couching my intuition as a hunch. So where should you start? Well, let's begin with where you shouldn't start. Don't start with your logo. Don't start with your website. The fastest path to cash? Start with an offer. Let it be your first service or product, then build out from there. Anything else is a waste of time and money. What will your starting offer be? You can do this with an MVP, minimum viable product. Focus on the core functionalities that deliver value to your target customers. Keep it simple and iterate based on your customers' feedback. The MVP directly ties to delivering value to your customers. Nothing more and nothing less. Think of your MVP as the seed to your business. It directly ties in with your why, and your brand grows from there. The first steps you want to take as you establish a basic business model are to 1. Validate your idea. This is where you've identified your audience and their problem. Number 2, choose the business model. That's your revenue stream, right? How are you going to make the money? 3rd, develop an MVP. This is where you're going to deliver value directly to your customers. 4, develop your brand messaging. This is who you are and what you do. And then develop your online presence. This could be a website or a simple link tree. Link trees are caveman easy tools that allow you to create a personalized landing page with a collection of your links to your phone number, your email, your events, and even downloads. It's simple, efficient, and free. I want you to start with a bootstrapper's mentality. Let's not throw money out the window just yet. The first steps are to establish a basic business model. A business model describes how a company creates, delivers, and captures value. It's essentially the blueprint for how a business makes money. Examples of a business model for creative mystics might include readings and consultations, courses and workshops, coaching and mentorship, and products. Now, let's zoom out and look at the global and local trends shaping the spiritual market. Market situations present broader challenges and opportunities that you face. So let's take a look at the big picture trends. The global wellness economy in 2022 estimated the global wellness market at $5.6 trillion and saw explosive growth during the pandemic. The expected growth is 10% each year, reaching $8.5 trillion in 2027. The spiritual market is just a sliver, and in the grand scheme of things, it's still massive. Remember, there are millions of people awakening coming online each day. Now, I recognize these dates have passed, but we can feel pretty confident about the projections. The challenge we face is that today, the same people who were tapped on in the last wave, like baseball players warming the bench, are being put into the game. Hello, class of 2020. Now they want to become spiritual practitioners, sharing their magic with the world. This creates competition. Remember, we only need one modality or product to start a business. The second challenge we face is the surge in metaphysical events, either online or in real life, and they've created opportunities and a gluttony of oversaturation, not to mention exploitative practices and poor quality advice. And for those of you who are experienced, you've got a head start. In this difficult climate, how do you create a successful spiritually based business? It's not easy. It's not easy in any field. This connects us with what the world needs. Assigning vision in your business is wholly dependent on defining your North Star. Let me define the difference between vision and mission. Vision is where you want to go in your business. Mission is how you're going to get there. Strategy, marketing, and communications helps to direct your message to the people who need to hear it. So the three questions you ask yourself are, how do you want to position your business? Who do you want to attract as your ideal customer? And how do you want to resonate with your audience? You know it's working, and you know it's the right message when people instantly learn what you stand for and want to join your movement. I have a new client who is retired from 30 years in law enforcement. He wants to build his business as a metaphysical practitioner. After talking with him, I realized he was playing too small. While he thought he had to completely start over and reinvent himself, I encouraged him to see this new chapter as yet another step up in his career. He blurted that he wanted to be famous like authors he knows, standing on stages and sharing his vision. I envisioned him doing just that. Today, he can now match his purpose to his audience and build an empire. He's no longer confined to hopium. Now, I know that I'm on the money when Archangel Michael appears to confirm my intuition during our meeting. The key here is not to abandon your history in this human life. Bring it forward to help inform and put a twist on your services. Let's talk about the fire element. You need to know what to sell. Define what you're going to make money, whether it's through providing services, selling products, or a combination of both. Do you know what your audience wants? Here's a tip. Ask them. Nothing is more demoralizing and disheartening than building a product that nobody wants to buy. And this connects with what you're good at. Craft an offer that meets the needs of your customers. Matching your fondness with a certain modality or constructing a product to sell is the best place to start. Here are 3 questions you can ask yourself. What are you good at? Is your offer soul satisfying? And how do your customers feel about your service or product? You know when it's working when people can't wait to experience or buy one for themselves or a friend. I once knew a woman who created organic lotions and soaps, free from parabens and other toxins. Her line became nationally recognized. One evening, relaxing with my husband, I had a vision of a front of a small brick and mortar business. I immediately sensed that it belonged to Angela. In my vision, I saw her opening a spa in New York City, which eventually expanded into 2 spas in the city and a 3rd in the Catskills. The point here is that when you start with one product, you can grow anywhere. Angela's focus on organic ingredients tapped into a growing consumer desire for natural products. This underlines the value of identifying and catering to a specific market. Angela's journey from creating lotions to owning multiple spas showcases the potential for growth. It highlights the possibility of starting small and achieving big dreams. Doing business is not about transaction, but about transformation. The one major thing that I learned is that it's not about being better than another practitioner. It's about being different. You can still build a unique brand, even if your product or service is similar to others. A clear structure will help you talk about who you are, what you do, and who you do it for. This is critical when you want to set up, start, and scale your business. This brings us to the water element, who to sell it to. Who is your ideal client that resonates with what you have to offer? Because if you target everyone, you target no one. Whether you're crafting sacred tools or offering transformative services, understanding your audience is key. They seek authenticity, connection, and solutions that resonate with their spiritual journey. Find out who needs and wants what you offer. Delivering a service or product should be both a soul-satisfying endeavor and a nurturing aspect for your clients. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. What do you stand for? Who do you want to help? And how do you want to help them? You'll know it's the right service or product when your customers eagerly share their buying story. Do you remember when Apple introduced 1,000 songs in your pocket? Typically, large manufacturers target people between the ages of 18 and 35. When the Apple iPod came onto the scene, I was just outside of that age bracket. I was about 36 or 37 years old. Just because Apple Target was narrowly focused on 18 to 35-year-olds doesn't mean I don't resonate with the message. I loved the idea of having 1,000 songs in my pocket in a tiny, lightweight device that I could take to the gym with me. I would be what you consider over-the-fence looky-loos, an expanded audience. Another aspect of building a service or product line is that you might generate an expanded accidental audience. When I created the calligraphy illustration series of cats, I discovered that gay men loved them too. They weren't the original part of my target audience. The key takeaway here is that if the segment of the population is large enough to warrant a new marketing message, then capitalize on it. This brings us to the earth element. You need to know how to sell it. What principles do you want to stick by to stay true to yourself and your company that feels good for both you and your customers? This will help you avoid any sleazy salesperson vibes. Making money is one of the most difficult subjects for a creative and spiritual entrepreneur. Money is only energy. The power we give it is in the story we tell. Making money doing what you love is different for everyone. Borrowing or bartering are other forms of energy exchange. How you trade your energy coincides with your personal principles. The amount of money you make is based on 3 questions found on the wheel. How do you feel about money? How do you feel about the value you offer? And how deeply do you understand your client's situation? You'll know when it's working, when you're paying rent, and when your customers become repeat buyers and begin to refer people to you. When building a successful business, keep in mind, when people pay, they pay attention. Investment fosters ownership and value. Paid experiences boost engagement and outcomes as people step up when they have skin in the game. So how do we get paid? The key lies in creating a valuable exchange. Offer your audience something they truly desire, whether it's an insightful ebook in exchange for their email address, a solution to their problems through your service in exchange for money, or the chance to improve your offerings with a heartfelt testimonial. The key to truly fulfilling sales comes from alignment, and that means understanding that sales is about making a difference for people, a transformation that they couldn't achieve on their own or with anyone else. Aligning what you offer with what your audience truly needs doesn't just boost sales. It sparks real change, the kind that really matters. Here are 2 imperative questions for you to think bigger. 1, are you playing small? And 2, how can you use your background to align with your soul's purpose to build your spiritual empire? If you're ready to get serious about making that kind of impact, grab your free copy of the Map and Plan Your Magical Business Planner. This planner is your next tool for aligning purpose with action, making sure every move you make is rooted in strategic insight. Download it now and start turning these ideas into action that grows your business. Until next time, stay magical.